Alrighty, check, check. Mic check, mic check. All right, so, okay, all right, okay. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out because I'm using a brand new mic. Normally, I use Audio Technica, beautiful microphone, but today, for some reason, last minute, like right before this live, I'm like, I'm gonna try this mic out because I bought it 2 months ago and I never used it because it has an internal pop filter, and now I'm like, is it actually working? And of course, I need to like challenge things and just use a brand new mic and decide to set it all up right before the live. So let me try to figure out where are the comments. There they are. Okay, I can see stuff. Okay. Luke, what's up? Awesome, 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 awesome. Good. I am using software. So for these lives, like I go live a lot. I usually just use my phone. For these lives, which is going to be every second week, we're going to be giving something away and going in depth, like just kicking butt on some stuff. So as you can see behind me, behind me. What up? What up? What up, Tony? What up, Tammy? Behind me, I've got the training and I've got a few things loaded up. We're going deep. We going deep today. But before I get that, say hello. Say hello. With the software, I can't see who's inside. I can only see when you leave a comment. I can see eyeballs. I see 15, 18, or 20 of y'all in here, but I can't see the names. So I want to say hello. I want to say Denise, what's up? Jan or Yan, let me know how I pronounce that. It's working. Liam, what's up? What's up, man? What's up, man? If you put a mic in front of me, Justin, what's up? If you put a mic in front of me, I'm gonna say one thing about me that nobody knows, and to have fun. I'd love to hear one thing about each one of y'all that nobody knows, or that is kind of like people would think you're really weird. But for me, this like I feel stupid just saying this, but what up, Michael? What up, Ted? What's up? What's up? I fantasize about being a rapper, and I've written some rap songs and I've recorded them. They're really good if you're like if you're a 1-year-old. It is live. It is live. Jay, what's up? But sometimes I get a mic in front of me and I start wanting to rap. I start wanting to rhyme. I start wanting to spit some venom. But I'm not going to because you're gonna leave, and I don't want you to leave because we got some really good stuff. But that's the one thing about me. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna read some out. What's the one really weird thing about you? Something embarrassing. Something embarrassing. And while I'm getting on with that, I'm gonna spend a few seconds just kind of talking about the schedule for what we're gonna be doing today and what we're gonna be diving into and what I really want to cover. Now, of course, I wasn't gonna do this because we are already packed. Like there's so many people wanting to join us today, but I wanted to. I don't know. I just always love giving stuff away. I always have wanted to give away, and I just always love giving away. So we've got this podcast mic set up now. Someone messaged me because someone won this about a month ago or 2 months ago, and they let me know today that they set it up. And so I asked them to take a photo because I'd love to see their setup. It's a really cool mic. The problem with this Audio Technica is you need a mixing board and you need phantom power. Whereas this mic, it's where are you here? It's a little USB. And so it connects to the computer. It's a USB. And why I really wanted to give away something that's, man, I'm feeling hot. I'm feeling like I'm gonna spit something, and who knows what's gonna happen. Kidding. Why I wanted to give this away was because the world is, correction. If we are hiding right now, if you get anything from this, let it be this. If we're hiding right now or playing defense, we're losing. The world needs you. Your clients need you. The people out on the interwebs need you, and we need to create. We need to move. And so I was like, hey, a lot of people want to get into podcasting or increase their audio. And if this inspires somebody to create something, like I hope that this will help you create a podcast that gets into the top 10 podcast, or like just gets a few thousand listeners and inspires and creates. And if anything else, if this mic helps you reach and change 10 lives, I'm going to be happy. This mic will go a long way. So Let's do this. Is way at the end of this, I'm gonna pick a random comment. So I do it every time. I just go through all of the comments. By the way, this is engagement is mandatory. Oh man, there's some funny ones in here. I'm gonna read some out, and we'll make fun of some people. We're gonna make fun of some people. I'm gonna pick a random comment, so I just go through the list really, really fast, up, down, all over the place, and then I pick a comment. And if you feel like you won't use this mic, then you can also let us know, and we'll pick someone else. You do have to be here to win it. We will be giving it away at the end. So interact, engage. Don't just leave like hi, because you will be disqualified, but just authentically engage. And I want to read some out here. So again, no one has ever heard me rap. Nobody. That shit is locked tight on a hard drive with triple security. And I got some songs, man. I got some songs that one day I'm going to release my album. It'll be like a marketing raps album where you learn how to market through listening to rap. Anyway, let's make fun of some people and then we'll get into it. With love, of course. Ali says, I eat sour cream with almost everything and I fantasize about being a successful rapper too. Cool, man. That's weird, but it's cool. I would rather speak to 10,000 people who disagree with me than get on video. Craig. How about we hold Craig accountable to creating a video? I know you do create videos, Craig, but maybe we can double down. Totally been there. But for me, it's when I get good beat or instrumental comes on. Yeah. When the kids were younger, I knew all the dances to the Wiggles song. Don't know what Wiggles is, and that sounds really weird. I trained as a professional wrestler for 2 years while I was still in college. That's cool, dude. Don't mess with Stu. In school, I record lip sync videos and watch In Sync because my girlfriend and I were sure they would let us sing on stage with them. It'll pan out. Keep the dream alive. In Sync's still around, aren't they? I think they're still around. I sleep naked and I'm not ashamed of it, though. I do too. Awesome. Good. If it helps one client, good. Awesome. Good. Sarah's in the house. So Sarah holds the fort down. You will see her comments. Brilliant coach, amazing marketer. We work together. Right before this, we got to make fun of Sarah too. Come on. Do you want to do it instead? I'm in my PJs with wet hair. No one wants to see this. So apparently, Sarah's all cocooned on in bed, but she does stay up late. It's 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, it's 8:30 Eastern time. Sarah's on the East Coast. She's going to be helping out. And so let's all just say hello to her and show some love for Sarah because she always stays up and helps out with these lives. And it's a really big help. But anyway, the work she does with clients and inside the Coaches University and just... Anyway, the data funnel copywriting queen. Reach out to her if you need some help. Okay, awesome. So we will be giving this thing away, and I'm really excited for that. But I think more importantly than that, we're going to be talking about... Justin, what's up? Cool. The 3 big shifts we made, and I had a really hard time filtering these down. I've already sort of mentioned one of them. We need to be creating. And I'll be getting into this, but right now I just want to say that probably one of the biggest ones is the belief and knowing that you can thrive right now and you can thrive moving forward. Things are changing. Things have shifted. And we tested so much, especially over the last 8 months. And I always want to, and this is so weird for me because if you actually knew me, you'd be like I got a Dodge pickup with a 6-inch lift on it and 35s. And I got a dirt bike, and I like that kind of stuff. And I'm not from the city. I moved into the city, and I've adapted and learned a lot. I'm actually planning on leaving the city. So I don't want to flash numbers just to be like, look at me. Like, I actually don't give a fuck. I actually don't. But we are in business. Everyone in here is. And we have coaching to sell. And so we have to make an impact. And to make an impact, we have to get clients. And so the only reason I share this is not to be like, yo, look at this. Like, that doesn't matter to me, but we have this. Anyway, I'll just share it with you just to say that it is possible to thrive. 22 grand to 80 grand. And this is I say 80 or 80.5, whatever, because we don't have the PayPal with this. This is Stripe, PayPal, and I don't want to make this up. It was around 7 or 8. So it's like $87,000 or $88,000. How do you take a coaching program for 22 to 24, and this was more like 28 anyways, to 87 with PayPal? And how do you take a coaching program from 0 to 10? How do you take a coaching program from 5 to 50? How do you go from 0 to 5,000 a month? I don't care what numbers we want to put in there. It works for all of it. It doesn't matter, but there's some shifts that have to be made. There's some things we have to do different moving forward. So what I want to do in the next, half hour is start backwards and talk about what were some of the big shifts that we had to make in the last 8 months to thrive, to move forward, to create. And then you could model it, you could steal it, you could take it, you can use it moving forward. And then I want to chat about some of the things that I predict or the things that I really want to double down with clients moving forward that you're also welcome to take. Now, at any point during this training, if you're like, yo, we want to work with you, you want to work with us, you have any questions about anything we do, any of our programs, any way that we can serve you or help you, we might send you to some free stuff if we feel like you're not a good fit or you're not ready. We got a massive database on YouTube and a podcast. Or if something can serve, we can always get into a conversation about that. So at any point, anytime during this, just reach out, let us know. Fair, awesome, good. There's a few more comments here, so let me just look at them really quick. I used to dye my hair blonde. It's funny. I love it. I love this stuff. Something potentially embarrassing. A few months ago, I discovered that I relate to people who are omnisexual, which means I have a main gender that I'm into and I could dabble with other genders. Dude, we experimented. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. That's super raw, Allie. Appreciate the honesty. Appreciate you. So you have a small wiener as well. I'm right there with you, brother. So Justin's causing some shizat. Appreciate you, Justin. Lives are really interesting. You never know what's going to happen, and I love it. That was probably opened up the doorway to a lot of weird stuff, but I appreciate you all. And if you're really honest with it, like if we're actually honest, we're all really weird. And I think we're always trying to cover it up and hide it. Like, oh yeah, I'm normal. Like, we're all pretty weird. Like, let's admit that. So appreciate you all. It's funny stuff. Love it. Good. Beautiful. Lorenzo. Boom. I can share with you examples of that as well, for sure. I love it. All right, good. Weird stuff aside, let's move into it. Let's set one thing. If you've been a part of these or if you've been here before, you know that I like to set an intention. And there was one thing that made a really massive, drastic difference in my life, apart from the last 8 months, just overall, is getting extremely intentional. I was just on a podcast about, the topic was all centered around some of the biggest mistakes that cost me the most amount of money. What was it called? The podcast is Burning Money. That's what the podcast is called. It's a new podcast by someone who's really, really brilliant. He has a few podcasts before. Anyway, he specializes in podcasts. He helped our podcast. Lewis, big shout out. So I really had to think about it. And a big one was saying no, learning how to say no. Let me know if you can relate with that one, but learning to say no. That's not just no to people. That's no to different strategies, different tactics, different this, different that, doing this, doing that, saying yes to all of these emails, all of these people, all these. And eventually when you start filtering it out and just focusing on the 20% and cutting out the 80 and learning to say no, instead of masking it as opportunity, just learning to say no. No, that doesn't serve me. I'm so damn clear on my vision and where I'm going. I'm so damn clear on what it is I want to create. And anything that doesn't serve it, within reason, of course, must go. Let's cut out. Done. That was huge. And so I've built up the habit of getting extremely intentional with everything, even this live. What's the intention of this live? And so the one exercise or the one quick thing I want to do just to center, just to ground so we can move in and actually get into the juicy stuff is, what's your intention? What do you want from the next 30, 40 minutes? We could even hang out longer. I'll do a Q&A at the end. We're just going to hammer out questions. And I'll start. and then I'll read a few here, but it's more for you than me, but I'd love to read it, is my intention as always, and it juices me up more than anything because I love what I do and I have like such a freaking passion. I know the impact this can have, is just to show up with absolutely everything I have and not use my brain as much as my heart. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but even before this, I was like trying to plan it out, trying to like, okay, what can we, I'm just like, no. Let it flow. Let's see what happens. Let's just go all in. And if it gets weird, if it goes left, it goes right, that's fine. But keep centering, keep going in. Is this serving? Is this serving? How can I serve? Absolutely everything. I hope I'm just exhausted and a puddle on the ground. And my intention is just to give everything I have, no filter, nothing behind the curtain. However I can serve, however I can help. We've got an hour here together and I'm just want to go all in with that. So that's my intention. I'd love to see or hear getting out of my own way. Good. Getting out of my own way. We're always the problem and we're the solution, which is really inspiring. We're the only problem is sort of like sucky, but we're the only solution is really inspiring. Wham bam. To separate the important tasks to move the business forward from the filler tasks that just waste time. Boom. 80-20, baby. That's 80-20. I love it. It is the hardest thing to do because we could be ripping out things we've done for years, but the question, does this serve? Does this move my business forward is such an important question to ask. It's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's important. I feel that intention becomes more and more main topic in my life recently. Jan, I hope I have that right, Jan. It might be Yan. I don't know. Maybe you let me know, but I didn't see it. Yes. 100%. That's higher level stuff. I love it. We always start with a big mess and trying a whole bunch of stuff, and then we filter in what actually works, and then we take what works and we expand it, make a big mess, and then rebuild. Break, rebuild, break, rebuild. It's a cycle. Life, death, life, death, life, death. It's basically what we're doing when we're building a business. I'm going to be sharing with you something a little bit later when it comes to that cycle. But anyway, or if we have time. Denise saying no to certain people is hard. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Come on, man. All right. I got to stop touching it. For some reason, I think this mic, you have to speak into it. I made the horrible decision of trying a brand new mic right before this. I think you have to speak into it and not sideways to it. Anyway. Yes, Denise. Good. Jay, what's up? Fire. And Ted, let's just keep focusing on clarity. Clarity. Motivation is not the issue for anybody. It's always clarity. If you have a lack of motivation, it's because there's a lack of clarity. Full stop. If you get clear, you know what you want, you have a plan how to get there, and you know your next action step, you'll be motivated. Even if you get 3 hours of sleep, you'll be motivated. That's like my secret weapon. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Lack of clarity, lack of motivation. It's basically what I spend 80% of my time doing with clients. Clarity, 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 move forward. Good, saying no, done. The cycle of life and death is my favorite part of every story. Love it. Good. How to grow your coaching business during a pandemic. And let's replace this. How to grow your coaching business during, we can call it anything in here, during XYZ. During struggle, challenges. This happens all of the time, by the way. We just have a very, very big one happening right now. And here's the first thing I want to say. I know this is going to sound, let's put that back because it makes sense. This is going to sound so cookie cutter. And don't worry, I got a few really good things coming, but this is just the first thing I wanted to touch on. This is not one of the three. I can't do this whole thing without stating this. You got to believe. Like, you actually have to believe that you can thrive. Let me make myself smaller because that's not important. That you can actually thrive instead of survive right now. You have to believe that. If you don't, then that's nothing I cover will work. And it just totally depends where you're at. It's totally okay if you don't believe it, but what do we have to do to believe it? What evidence do we have to find? And I'll be sharing with you evidence of stuff that actually works. But if there's some stuff coming up, if there's some subconscious stuff coming up, if there is just turn off the news, get the highlights, turn off the news. Anyone who chooses to project fear, cut them out or pause them. You have a mission. I truly, genuinely believe that God, or whatever you want to put in there, whatever, put us here for a reason. You are here for a reason. And if you don't carry that out, you will always feel unfulfilled. At least that's what I choose to believe. And if I am not carrying out what I'm here to do, I'm not serving the world. And if I have people in my life that choose to derail me, who choose to bring me down, who choose to lower my frequency, I cut them out or I pause. No shame. No shame. No shame. You'll be called an asshole or X, Y, and Z, and there's different ways to do it so you're not. But you know what I'm saying? And so, in my opinion, negativity has anyone who is negative, I let them know. And if they don't choose to change the topic, the discussion, I'm done. I walk away. Because I have this, as far as we know, this 80 years to carry out my mission, to serve, to inspire, to help, to build, to kick ass, to fuck shit up. And so anything that will lower that frequency, I'm like a radar. I feel it from a mile away and I'm like, nope, done, 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 done. So have a look around your environment, your situation right now. And I know it can be difficult. I get it. But anyone who may be lowering your dial, lowering your greatness, dimming your light, what do we have to do to distance ourselves from that temporarily even and believe in our mission, our vision, and what we must do to make this thing happen? Number one, if we can't do that, then everything I'm going to share isn't, which is why I need to share it. But hopefully, if you're still on like, let's do this, 1 out of 10, 10 being, dude, I'm so fired up, I fully believe in myself, no doubt, done. And 1 being, I'm so terrified right now, which is totally fine. I don't see it happening, which is totally fine. It'll give me an idea of where the energy's at in the room in general. And what hopefully the next 3 things I share with you will be to raise that. And if you're a 10, I want you to be a 15, like oozing confidence out of your pores and moving forward in such a bold, beautiful, sexy way that your clients and your audience cannot help but see you, cannot help but follow. You are a leader. If you're a coach, you're a leader, and your audience cannot help but follow you. I could talk about that forever, but I won't. 3, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8.5, 9. I love it. I love it. 4, 6, 6, 6, 7.5. Good. Loving your podcast. Awesome. Dude, we got some good stuff coming up, Jay. 4, good. 8, 6, good. 7, good. Good. Beautiful. Anxious. Good. Yes. Good. Awesome. Number 1. I just want to get into it. Awesome. Number 1. Offense versus defense. Small or big. I can see people taking that out of context. Small or big. I remember it's like March. And the stuff started happening. You know what I'm talking about. The stuff started happening. People started talking. And if you haven't watched the Grant Cardone episode, I remember Grant Cardone, Sarah was like working a year to get Grant Cardone on the podcast. And it was a great time because I'm like, yo, dude, pandemic. What's your advice? This is not the first time you've been through it. And he shared the same thing. And I was like, yes, good. Small or big? What are you doing? Are you playing offense or defense? Are you hiding? Are you stepping back? Are we playing small or are we going to play big? Are we going to double down? Are we going to go take twice the amount of action? And I remember just being like, yo, this is my moment. We either hide right now, we go into defense, we go into protection, we go into oh my god, or we go into expand, double down, triple down on the podcast. Let's add a third episode. Let's go 3 videos on YouTube. Let's go live every single day, which we did for a while. How do we double, triple, quadruple down? How do we start playing big? How can we set our targets bigger? We launched a new program 2 or 3 months after. What else can we create? What can we bring out into the world? And we must continue to do that. And what I love about what's happening in the coaching world right now is it is no longer you set up a funnel and you become $1 million coach or you get $1 million. It is no longer that, which is great. You've got to show up. I cannot wait, and this will happen more and more so when it's happening right now, that just setting up a funnel and saying, yo, this funnel is going to get me all these clients is, in my opinion, no longer going to work as well as it did. Because now coaches actually have to work. And those who do not have a work ethic, who do not want to create, I remember just being like, dude, let's double down on the podcast. It got to the top 10 for a time. It's always fluctuating. I want to make that clear, but we are now able to use that. Top 10 in sales and marketing in a few different countries. Or maybe top 20. I think maybe Sarah can actually give the real numbers. I think it was top 10 in a country. It was definitely a top 20. Anyways. And I think a top 20 in a few different countries. It's always fluctuating because the algorithm's always changing it depending on the views and all that. That we weren't there in January. In March or April or May, it started hitting those because let's double down. Let's play big. While everyone else is retracting, playing defense, let's play offense. Let's move forward. Let's create more stuff. Let me invest in better camera equipment. Let me get video. Let me do how do we expand when everyone's contracting? Because guess what's going to happen? You are a leader. You're a coach. You're a leader. Moving forward, just think of yourself as a leader. And right now, just when everybody's in fear, when everybody is hiding, guess who's standing out? I don't care what the F your niche is or even your message. All of that is important. But guess what stands out is a contagious commitment, positivity to service. That stands out. And what people need more, your clients need more right now than ever, is you showing up boldly, powerfully, speaking the truth, leading, helping, serving, playing big, not small, not, when this is over. When this is over, I'll crawl out of the shell. When this is over, it's not going to be over because the game has changed. And if you're not willing to work for it, if you're not willing to play big, if you're not willing to double down, we'll be talking about one thing. Dreaming big, setting bigger targets, getting scared, terrified. I was talking about this inside the Coaches University today. And I mean, I like to think it made an impact. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But it was talking about, or maybe this was in this circle. I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about this today was when you first started on your journey, if you really think about it, when you were doing something that was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but come hell or high water, I'm going to do this. There was like energy within that. There was excitement. There was fear, but there was excitement. And then when you figured it out, that like excitement and complacency can set in. Just good enough. Or I'm okay. I can eat or pay the bills this month. And a lot of times that dial can go down and we can start playing small because we're trying to protect what we have. I'm guilty of this, by the way. Every level, you'll hit that wall and you'll have that ceiling, that glass ceiling, you have to make a commitment. Small or big right now, small or big. Am I going to play small defense, big offense? What am I going to do? You have that choice. And so I'm going to use the word get aggressive. Whatever that may mean for you. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, but show up every day if you have to. Twice a day if you have to. Lead. And it's okay if you're afraid. There's times where I'm just like, damn, shit's crazy. But you don't have to pretend anything. But if you show up and play offense. Create a new program. Do something new. Shift. Try something else. If this isn't working, try this, but play offense, not defense. Anyone who's playing defense right now who shrunk, and if you did, it's fine. Let's flip it. Let's change it. Let's move forward, is going to get booted because this thing ain't going away. There's going to be a second wave. It's going to be a part of our reality for a while, but there is a beautiful opportunity within it. I've got to see it firsthand, and a lot of people in the online space are thriving right now, or at least those who chose to play big and not small. That's number one. Number one. That's number one of three things I wanted to talk about. Let me know if that resonates, if that helps, if it doesn't, if you think I'm an idiot. You probably do. And with that said, we'll get into number two. There's also a 60-second delay-ish. And so if you left a comment, you're like, why aren't you talking to me? What is wrong with this thing? Come on. Anyway, that's number one. I love this whole idea you're talking about right now. Backwards by design planning. Good. I'm just scared, dude. That's fine. Good. Scared is good. I just started doubling down. I'm just like, damn. From many different angles. And I'm terrified. Half of the time I'm terrified. I'm like, yo, let's invest in this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get this coach. Let's try this. Let's try that. Let's spend some money here. Let's spend some time and energy here. You have to be smart about it, but you also have to be aggressive with it. And so, again, I can only share my experience. I'm not saying that this is like the right answer for everybody, but I know for me, playing big, choosing to be scared is great. Keeps you awake. Keeps you alert. All right. Numero dos, double down on value. I already kind of talked about that, but here's what I want to say. I really want this concept to penetrate your soul. I was going to start rapping. Don't make me do that. All right. So I shared this story in like April. I went in April. I took my motorcycle for a little rip, and I got to, it's called Body Energy Club. Anyway, it's like a health store with like smoothies and stuff. And I got the Butternut Dream. If you know Body Energy, you know that that's the best smoothie with the whey protein, because I don't like the vegan protein. And so I got that, and I step outside in a brand new, I actually don't know. I know like a little bit about, supercars, and I just love cars. This was some new model Ferrari. I don't keep up to date with all the new models, but there's some new model Ferrari, and I could hear it from 8 blocks away, like wop 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 wop. And I was like, damn, my buddy, like my buddy's out there somewhere, and he rolls up in front and gets out. And I was like, dude, that car sounds sick. Like, it sounds really good. And he showed me he got a new exhaust on it. And the car was really cool. It was really slick. Haven't seen one like this. Shows me inside, and it's awesome. And I was like, it looks new. And he's like, yeah, I just bought it yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever. And I was like, dude, I was so pumped for him, because I could just imagine how much fun he's having behind this thing. And I leave, and I got home, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, here's this guy who bought a $400,000 car. I don't know. Possibly cash, possibly leased. It doesn't matter. He was able to get it. When, the world is crumbling in many different ways. Many businesses are shutting down. Yes, that is all true. But there are some people who, they have money. They still have jobs. Many people are still working or getting their jobs back or moving forward. So many do, and some don't. Whoops, let me move my little thing here. Yeah. All right. Some don't, and many don't, and that's okay. Here's what I'm getting at. If you double down on value right now, like we did, and I'm serious, if you double down, if you create twice the content or twice the impactful content, or you actually ask the question, what do people want? I'm getting into the third point here, but what do they really want? And how can I create it? You're hitting a double whammy, because there are still people who will pay you. We actually increased our prices in like for a few different things, even our hourly stuff. So don't be afraid to increase your prices right now, by the way. Everyone's trying to decrease. Don't be afraid to increase, especially if you're adding value. But the point I'm making here is there are people with money. They still have money, or they have some savings, or they see this as a blessing because they hated their jobs anyways. How many people? I have one buddy. He's like, man, I wish I could have like time off and I really hate my job. And then he lost his job. He's like, I wish I could have my job back. And I was like, dude, this is a beautiful opportunity right now for you to create something different. So some people see this, and I'll get into some questions here. Say they have some money saved, whatever. They're ready for a different turn. Your clients are out there if we can reach them by doubling down. Excuse me. Now, here's the beautiful thing. For all of those clients who don't have money, who just don't, that's fine. We can't pretend that doesn't exist. It absolutely exists. You still double down. They probably need that more than anything. You're an asshole if you stop creating content because you think no one's going to pay you. And that's like not sugarcoating. You're actually an asshole. You should not be a coach. If you're committed to this for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, in 10 years, everybody on this live could have $1 million coaching business. Everybody. Everyone in here, like actually hear that. Everybody watching this or watching the replay, you will have $1 million coaching business if you want to. You're going to go through some ups and downs. There may be months where, dude, it's tight. There's going to be some months where you feel like a complete failure. But if you stick with this every single day for the next 10 years, you'll have $1 million business guaranteed. Maybe even the next 5 years or in the next 2. But if you're doing it just for that, you're delusional. But if you're showing up every single day and doubling down on the value, even to the people who may not be they can't work with you right now, but they love what you're saying, in 6 months or 12 months or even 2 years, their situation's going to be very different. They will hire you. We do a thing where we track well, I say we when it like Sarah takes this, but we like Sarah's a genius at this, like data and numbers, but where the sales cycle, we'll call it that, of sometimes someone comes into our world, watches our live, completely loves it, and is like, how can we work with you? Done. It's a 3-day cycle from not knowing us to knowing us and working with us. That's cool. I don't do it just because of that. Some it's a month. Some it's been 6 months. We've had people who have watched every YouTube video for like 2 years, or every podcast. Our podcast is now, I think, in the 3rd year. Who are like, I've literally watched every podcast. I just haven't been ready. Now I'm ready. You are building relationships every time you double down, create real value. You're building relationships. And right now, anyone who's doubling down, hear this. I don't care if you never work with us. If you delete me and block me and never see anything from me and spew negativity around me and call me an idiot on stage, I don't care. This is what I need you to hear is if you start right now, if you didn't start 6 months ago, it's fine. If you start now doubling down on value, building relationships, actual relationships, you win the game. It may not be in the next month. It could be. It may not be. But what the fuck? In 1 year, in 3 years, in 5 years, you could be in the top 1% of earners. You could be making $1 million in 10 years. Let's get really crazy. In 20 years, if you do this every single day, in 20 years, you can have $1 million business. Full stop, no question, no doubt about it. And I'd put everything I have on the line. I would bet 100% of everything I own that you could if you did it every single day. Most people's income, this really breaks my heart. They're 20, 30, they turn 30, and their income, they're, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, their actual income declines. They hit a peak somewhere around here. They 80K a year, 40K a year, and they peak because they have a job. And there's certain what's it called? Like limits to what you can get paid in your job, depending upon your education, all this stuff. The beautiful thing about a business, yeah, we sort of kind of F ourselves for a little bit, but you can literally grow and grow even if you're 60 or 70. I'm not 60, 70, so I'm just speaking from people who have built things past 60, 70. You're not even working at 60. You've got a team of 20 people who's still building for you. You have to make a sacrifice in the momentary. Is that a job? I don't know. In the short term, you make a sacrifice 100% for sure, no question. Not many people can handle this little dip. They just don't got it. They don't see it. They don't right like just oh man, I wish I could reach out and like shake what you're capable of doing in 10 years. What we're all, me included, in 10 years is unreal. It's actually unreal, and you can hack this stupid thing that people stay in and actually see exponential growth, not even linear, exponential. And so, I always, I can draw this out just a little bit better because I always draw this out to people when they need a little bit of a boosty boost, a little bit of a boosty. A lot of people floating. They float in. Okay, this is like the regular person. And nothing wrong with this, by the way. It's just not my path, and it's probably not your path, but most people kind of float, right? We're crazy. Like, we got issues. And so at some point, we're like, you know what? Oh my God. And then we don't think it's going to get any worse, and it does. And then all of a sudden, you reap the rewards. And most people, they quit here. And then they choose to quit here. And then they're like, hey, one more time. I got it. And they quit right effing there. Done. And they're done. And they don't know. You know that story, the 3 feet from gold? This is it. When right here was this. And you know what? This is. I'm lying. I'm going to share my journey. This is my journey. You ready? This is honesty. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I can't go any lower. You know what? Nope. Lost my apartment here. Got in max debt. Sold. It is the only time in my life where I didn't have a motorcycle. Sold the bike. For some reason, I'm stupid enough to endure more pain than I think most people can ever endure. And then it was like this, and then it tricks you. It's like, dude, nope. Like, it tricks you. But once you get through this threshold, you just start seeing this. And like, that's all I'll talk about that because I can drive this point home forever. But get through this dip and focus on doubling down on value. Make the sacrifices now. Invest in yourself, whatever that may look like: time, energy, money, resources. In 10 years, anything you want, you can have. Anything. But if you quit in 3 years, you no longer have it. If you quit in 6 months, you lose it. If you quit in 3 years or 5 years, you lose it. In 10 years, if you do this every single day and follow some kind of proven plan, although there's shifts within it, you can have anything you want. Anything. And you can choose to believe that or not. Number 3. Oh, man, what's wrong with this thing? Come on. I'm going to get angry. I'm going to start rapping, spitting. Okay, wait, let me read some comments. Let me know if that made any sense or if that's just like, you're an idiot. We keep stopping. That is so true. So simple, yet I need a reminder every day about it. We started doing in the Coaches University, we're doing every Tuesday is a mindset reset. That's one thing we're doing with all clients. If you want information about the Coaches University, let me know. But that's literally what we just talked about for the last 10 minutes. It's complete mindset reset every Tuesday. That's my focus. And then every quarter for as long as you like it. One thing I'm doing moving forward is every quarter. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Right now we're doing our Q4. That's going to be on October 1st. Clients, even if you were a client 3 years ago, you're welcome to join us. It's a conference call of sorts, and it's all about mapping out the next 3 months and staying in the game. I saw a lot of comments in here of like, oh man, I know this, but I need this. I need to stay plugged in. We designed all of our programs to be, we support you as long as you stay committed to however long it takes. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, I don't care. You stay plugged in, and we don't have a reoccurring cost. Once you're in our community, you're in, and you don't have to keep paying. A lot of coaching programs are like 2 months. You learn a bunch of stuff, and then you're kicked out. I totally get it. We used to have programs like that too. It just never felt right. So as long as you stay committed, I don't care if it's 12 months and something happened and you had to go back to your job and then you decide to go again. You join our quarterly meeting, you join our weekly coaching calls, you join our monthly mastermind, you're plugged in. You just have to raise your hand and say, hey, I need help. I'm coming back in. And we're like, yeah, come on in. So that's the way the Coaches University is structured, and we're doubling down on the Coaches U. And we're adding a few more things, but I just won't talk about it right now. But anyways, if you're interested in that, just let me or Sarah know, or just go like, the Coaches U, and let us know. Okay, number 3. Oh, I'm jacked up. Oh, 3 feet from gold. Good. Holding that vision in the future when you're just starting can be challenging. That's the work for me right now. Yeah, Rachel, we double, triple down on that. So I love that. Yeah, that inspires me. I get excited about that. Love to help you with that. I have a lot of time freedom right now, but what I need to build up skills to make this work. Love that. That's being honest. You got to get real with yourself. What's your coaching focus? Not sure what you mean. Did I say something? What's your coaching focus? I don't know. Don't know. Anyway, and Ted, Denise, you can expand on that and let me know. Denise, I can vouch, or Ted, I can vouch for that. I stopped back in after a year off. Yeah, like I don't care if a client steps out for a year. You're welcome back in. Some don't. Some quit, and that's fine. I get that. Everyone's in a different place. You guys are always adding more. Loving the U. We're adding advanced training. So anything I used to teach to high-level clients who were paying like $5,000 or $4,000 or $3,000 a month, I'm shutting that program down completely. And everything that's advanced, we're adding a module in every module of the Coaches University. I don't think people know this yet, but we're adding a module. We already started an advanced module in every Coaches U. That is like those advanced tactics, growth curves, scaling, advanced tactics in every single module, which I'm really excited for because anyone who chooses to, I want to build the Coaches University where a brand new beginner coach who has nothing can go through it, build the foundations, build out the systems, get clear on the messaging, on the positioning, build out a program, get a few clients, make a few sales, build a bit of a list, and then go back through the U, do it again, and then go back a third time with the advanced training where that's all about scale, 10,000, 20,000. And we have one training about $50,000 months and the numbers behind it. So it can be an ongoing thing. And that's like our big mission and plan to just change this entire space, and no need to keep upselling or moving or doing monthly members. You join, you in, and you're part of lifetime for upgrades. So anyway, Mary, yeah, cool, awesome. Okay, number 3, listening. I wrote this like early, so I'm trying to figure out what I wrote here. But what they want versus what they need, it's very, very important to get very clear on what your people want versus what they need. And many times we're giving people what they need, not what they want. Take a huge self kind of inventory check of this, if you're open to it, of course. As an expert, as someone who studies your craft and loves what you do, and you're always studying more and you have something to share, it's easy to fall into the trap of giving people what they need because we're so passionate, so excited. What do coaches need? They need systems. They need a lead generation system. They need a sales system. They need a really tight message and a way to cut through the noise. That's not what, on the surface level, what someone wants. What someone wants, clients, income, sales. So anything we present on the front end to open up eyes and say, ooh, that's kind of cool. And then you present, this is what we're going to be doing to get it. What you want, I want hole-in-ones, man. If I'm a golfer, I don't golf, by the way. Show me how to become a better player. Increase my scoreboard. Is it called a scoreboard? I don't know. I've played golf once and I was really bad at it. I don't have patience. I just want to hit it really hard. That's what I want. And as a expert, as a professional golfer, it's easy to overshare and start giving people what you think they need and start getting all technical and this and that. When I overwhelmed, now I'm undecided. And now I'm going to walk away and because I have to think about it because I'm overwhelmed. Versus what they want. And what you think they want. And I wanted to put this in here because this drives it home even further. Is I would ask you to take 3 steps. Ask yourself, is it what they need? Are you giving them what they need? Because if you are, stop. What do they want? Much different. And then ask yourself, am I giving them what they think they want or what they actually want? And that's where the work comes in. All of your content, all of your offers, everything you create, everything you do, is this what your people want versus what they need? And right now is more important than ever to get very clear on that. Because the internet is 2 times, 3 times busier. Everyone's working from home, and we have to cut through that noise even more. Yes, niche is important. Yes, message is important. Yes, your personality, what you bring to the table, the energy you bring into things is very important. Makes you stand out. But more so than anything, putting what they want in front of them, your people, of course, exactly what they want, so they can grab it. It stands out. And people are doing a very, very poor job of that right now. They're just creating to create and just making more noise, and it's not working. It's not working. So what they want versus what they need versus what you think they want. Huzzah! Okay. There's one thing I want to add to this. We're almost past the time that I wanted to, but I will share one thing and then give me a little feedback. Let me know where you're at, what's going on. I want to share a bit of a Q4 ideas moving forward. We have a big call on the 1st of the month with all clients. Clients from a year ago, clients current, everyone's welcome. If you're not a client and you'd like to be, if you'd like to join us in the U, I'll share a little bit more stuff about that and some of the perks that we're putting out for you right now. If you join before the 1st, that's one of the perks, is like that Q4 call, Justin Good, is going to be epic. So I want to share a bit of what we're going to be covering. And of course, if you don't, or if you choose not to, or do this alone, totally cool. It should still serve you. And I hope everything we covered helps you as well. But there's one thing I want to share and one thing that I'll do it here. Just because this is important. And we're going to do the giveaway. That sounds really weird. Okay. Rules vs. framework. This is something I was talking about today to somebody. Rules and framework. Something that I'm really proud of. And this is a warning, actually. This is a bit of a warning. Okay. I love strategy. Strategy, I'm learning how to say that word. I've been saying that word wrong for like 20 years. Is trumps tactics and everything else. There's a time and place for tactics, but it's strategy. I call it chess and checkers. That's the way I've always put it. So playing chess versus checkers. Checkers, you're like one move, kind of like, okay, you can plan a little bit, but wham, bam, whatever. Chess, my grandpa taught me to play chess, and I didn't play it that well. Like, he'd always beat me, but I was like 8 moves ahead sometimes, 6 moves ahead. I thought I was really smart. You could be 12 moves ahead, 20 moves ahead. You've got all these outcomes planned out. And to me, that trumps checkers. When it comes to coaching business, it's high level versus low level stuff. Now, we need to play in both, of course, but rules for me to just tell clients, this is how it has to be. You have to do this. You have to be on Instagram, and you have to run paid traffic. By the way, 3 years ago when I taught this stuff, especially one-on-one, I did that a lot. And it was wrong. And as I learned more about sales, marketing, the big spectrum of things, I had a deeper understanding of like, okay, I'd rather teach why this works if it means to go deeper. I was talking to someone, I have this textbook. This is the Coaches U textbook. It's all virtual, like a digital textbook nowadays. It's 200 pages. True, this can overwhelm. It's heavy. It's deep. We're always adding more advanced training to go deeper. And I know it can overwhelm some. Some people just want, well, give me the 3 steps and it'll work forever. That no longer works. And anyone who's teaching tactics or you have to do it this way things are changing too fast. And so as we keep getting deeper and deeper and shifting some of the content and just making it more, here's why this works. Here is a framework for, let's say, content, let's say video, let's say ads and paid traffic. Here's a framework for a sales page. Here's a framework. It takes more work. Yes, I want to be upfront with that. It takes more work. Then, here's some copy that we did for you. You can just copy and paste this and use it. You may get to the outcome faster, but it doesn't work as well as understanding the framework, because rules put you in a box. Rules, you become a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. And it loses its effect. People have seen it before. Whereas a framework, Denise or Joshua or Josip, I hope I have that right, can inject their personality, their way of being, their quirks, their weirdness, and make it their own and understand why they're doing it instead of blindly following, I have to just post here and post it like this. So no, why does that work? I'm a rebel at heart, but why is that working? To understand that creates accelerated results, maximum results. And as things change in 3 months or 6 months, which they will, you have a solid foundation that you can shift and pivot. Cool? Good. I hope that helps. Q4, leadership creativity. If anything else, leadership creativity. You are a leader. We need to double down, triple down, quadruple down, 10x down, leadership. I'm going to add a fourth one. You have to be seen. Show up every single day. Whatever we need to do to build up the courage, whatever we need to do to build up, to be seen, to lead. If you get anything else and you disappear because you don't like me or you don't like what it is we do, totally cool. Lead and get creative. When you open up, when we stop playing small, start playing big, and we get the courage to move forward in a big, bold, beautiful, sexy way, it also opens up our creativity to solve problems in a more creative way. You get paid to solve problems, full stop. That is your job. As an entrepreneur, that's your job. And as a coach, that is your job. You're solving problems for your clients. But as an entrepreneur, you're solving problems as well. And not just for your clients, but also market and marketing, sales, and all these little small, tiny problems, right? Liam, I was sharing this in the Coaches U today, was I watched a video. It was like Russell Brunson with Garrett White on stage. But this comes from a lesson that's like, I don't know who originated with this, but it was all about savior versus leader. And it just resonated so hard with me because as coaches, we can have our heart pouring out for our clients. I used to do this, by the way. It's like if a client was late, this was way back in fitness. If a client was late, I had a policy. If you're late or if you miss your session, we charge you for it. And they'd be late, they'd miss it. And I'd be like, oh, it's okay. Like, just show up tomorrow. They lose respect for you. Your clients lose respect for you if you're trying to be a savior. Reaching out, hey, you didn't send in your homework. Hey, you didn't do this. Hey, you missed a call. Oh, you're late on the call. Like, that's okay. It's okay. Like, whatever. I can spend some extra time. Hey, someone reaches out to you on a Sunday and you answer. They're losing respect for you, whether they know it or not. Whether they're conscious of it or not, they are. When I started putting a line in the sand saying, a client would not show up, and I'd say, great, you missed your session. I'll charge you for it. I'll see you next week. Some would throw up a big rage and get angry and say, I'm not working with you. I can't believe you do that. But you missed your session and you know the policy, right? Yeah, I do, but I'll leave you. I'll leave a bad review. Leave a bad review. Leave a bad review. I'm not your savior. I'm a leader. I'm here to lead you, to teach you, but I'm not here to save you. And we were talking about that in the live in the U today, and I know it resonated with a lot of people, so here you go. You're not here to save your clients. You're not here to save them. You're here to lead them. And if you try to save them, they're going to lose respect for you in the long run. And so here's the framework. Here's what you do. Do it. Of course, you can support, you can hold people accountable, but at the end of the day, if they show up or they don't, that's on them. We've got to adapt that philosophy or you're doing your clients a disservice because you're like fishing for them instead of teaching them how to fish. Cool? I know, Jordan. Jordan, it was the hardest thing for me and it still continues to be. But you do no one a service by holding their hand. Full stop. Yeah, good, Joshua. Justin, good. It's so hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's it's not easy, but it's something we just need to stay conscious of because we all do it at some level. That's like saying yes all the time, right? Anyway, leadership, creativity. Don't be a savior. Leader, a value-centric model. How can you, here's a question for you. How can you double down on value? So, Joshua, Justin, anyone else who's joined, Lorenzo, anyone who's joining me on the first, and I just want to share it here. I don't want to hold anything back, is we're going to be creating a very solid for the next 12 weeks, every single week. How every week, without adding a ton more time, can we start doubling down on the amount of value we create? Is that some repurposing? Is that getting on this? How can we double down on value from now till January 1st? Because guess what? There's going to be a big turn. 2021 comes. You're going to double, triple down on value, build way more relationships. And when we start making offers at the end of the year, you're going to get more clients than the guy who was hiding, waiting for this thing to happen or waiting for this thing to end. Value-centric model, we're doubling, tripling down on that. So less advanced systems and less advanced, doubling down on value. That's it. And so anyway, so do that. That's a plan, 100% plan for clients and plan for ourselves. That's something I'm also doing. People are like, dude, you already give so much value. I'm doubling down on it. We're going to double down on reach. We're going to reach twice as many people, and I want everyone else doing it. So whether you're going to be there or not, do that 100%. Macro, micro, systems, 80-20. I could go forever here, by the way. What I really want to get at here is systems, but simple systems. Not overly complicated systems. At the end of the day, you have 3 things we focus on: traffic, leads, sales. As your company, as your organization, as your business expands, you may have multiple sources of traffic, multiple sources of leads, multiple sources of making sales. At first, we want to dial in just one. One source for traffic. That's it. One source. I don't know how you want to get your traffic. Everyone's going to be unique and different in their different ways. Paid, free. Paid, pretty easy. We can start driving traffic and paying. Well, not easy, but that's an option. Free, which I recommend, we work for. Is that going to be video? Is it going to be a podcast? Is it going to be your own podcast? Are we going to get on other podcasts? Are we getting on other videos? Are we going to do joint lives? Are we going to do lives like this? What are we doing to drive traffic? From traffic, one source of generating leads. Is that a presentation? Is that a download? Is that an ebook? Is that a free course? We have like 4 or 5 different lead generators. You will get there. Right now it's just one. Doubling down on that plan. One system for sales. For most people, that's going to be booking a call. One system that may expand into a potential webinar or something else in the future. Right now, keeping it simple. Traffic, leads, sales. Fair? Is this making sense? Good. Hopefully you learned. I really like this. I need a reminder of this at times sometimes too, because sometimes we're in a slump and I'm like, damn, there's always an end to the slump. Double down. Good. I was going to do this, but we're way over time, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I was going to talk about cold, warm, hot, but let's save that for just a random live that I do during the week. Fair? Good. 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 I'll get into that later. Good. I'm going to do the giveaway for the mic because I know everyone's waiting for that, and I really, really want to do it. Good. And then after the giveaway for the mic, anyone who wants to leave, you're welcome to go. It's totally cool. And anyone who wants to stay and chat a little bit about the Coaches University, what it is we do, if you're interested in working with us, if you're interested at any level, any capacity, learning about what that's going to look like, you're welcome to stay. And if you're not, I don't want to trap you in here. You're welcome to go. And hopefully this served you really, really well. Is that fair? Is that okay? Is that good? Beautiful. Good, good. I'm excited. I get so nervous when I'm giving stuff away because I want everyone to win so damn bad. But I can't. If I could, I would. I just can't. So, where is this thing? All right. Where are we at? There it is. Good. So again, I'm going to give this thing away. It is a USB mic, which is really, really exciting because you just plug it in. You don't need some advanced, insane. Luke, we can do a little bit of rappy. We can do a little showdown, a little bit of a, what's it called? A little rabbit run. A rap battle. Good. I truly hope that someone who really, really needs this gets it. And I truly hope that something amazing is created from it. And I truly hope that you can kick me off the rankings because your podcast will outrank my podcast. So I'm going to give this away. And then again, let's just hang out for 10 minutes, anyone who wants to, and want to chat about something different, something special we're doing for anyone who's signing up with us inside the Coaches U or at any capacity. And anyone who's interested, or you need a helping hand, or you just like to experience, or just like to see what it is we're doing, stick around because we'll get into that. Okay. All right. It's exciting. All right. Okay. Man, there's a lot. I just want to make sure I can see comments right from the start. Luke, yeah, boy. Okay, good. I can see them all. So what I do is I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to scroll up, scroll down, scroll all around, not look, and then I'm going to stop. The first comment I see, I'll just blurt out the name. If you've won before, it's totally cool. If you're a client or you work with us, it's totally cool. You're totally legit. If it's Sarah, then she doesn't get to win it. And if it's me, I get to win my own prize. I get to set the rules. This is my thing. So I don't think I left a comment, but I should leave a comment. Okay. All right. Scroll up, scroll down, scroll all around. I get so nervous. And I am going to look. Bam. Denise Revoy. I hope I have that right. And I hope you're still here. Denise Revoy. Denise Revoy. Let me know. Let's write down. Hey, I got this thing. Yeah. Wait. Oh, Denise Revoy. Where's she at? If she's not here, we're going to spin it again. So if she ain't here, we spinning it again. Denise. Ah, there she is. Good. Awesome. Good. Double check, triple check. Sweet. Good. That excites me. Denise, let us know what we're going to create with this. I'd love to know. What are we creating with this? With this podcast, Mike. I hope we're creating something with it. And if you don't know yet, then I'm excited to see what you do create with it. Maybe we can help boost your podcast too. If you do choose to release something with this mic, Denise, let us know in some way. And maybe on one of our future lives, we'll share what it is you created. And maybe we can get people supporting it or liking it or subscribing to it just to give you a better launch. That would be really damn cool. Let's do that, Denise. So because maybe it'll give us some motivation to actually create it. But when you get the mic, which just give us your email and I think your shipping address, and we'll make sure we order it for you. It's brand new, inbox, good to go. Should be at you within just a few days, unless you live in like the Antarctic or something. If you live in the Antarctic, or if you live in, I don't know, like a submarine, it may take a while to get to you, but I think most places it'll get to you really, really fast. Let us know what you're going to create with it once you get clear on it, if you choose to use it. And then when you do and you release it, let us know. And then on one of our future lives, we'll promote you and hopefully give you a really big kickoff and a big launch so you can get a bunch of clients and make a bunch of money and be really awesome, happy. That would be really cool. Anyone who wants to stick around, any questions regarding anything we talked about, I'm happy to do a bit of a Q&A. We're also doing a few different things with Coaches U, and all past clients are obviously welcome to this as well. I changed the way that Coaches U is structured, and it just turned into a stay until you get paid program, meaning we just work with you. You join the weekly lives. There's actually 2 Tuesdays now. We're all mindset, staying plugged into the game, getting clicked in. There's a monthly mastermind, although we're switching the way the mastermind is run, and it's more of a hot seat session. But it gives us a chance to plug in and kind of speak in the flesh and get plugged in. So on a monthly, you stay in the game. I do want to give you a few warnings because I know the Coaches U isn't for everyone, and I'm going to say if you just who is not perfect. But anyway, And now I want to do a quarterly thing. Life happens. We do get unplugged. Shit happens. Stuff happens. I get it. I can respect that. And I also don't want to judge that. And so if you are in our programs and 3 months goes by where you're not active or you get out of the game or something happens and you want to plug back in, I don't care if it's a year that you've got to go and do something. I don't know, whatever that may be. On our quarterlies, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, the first day of every month, unless it's a weekend, then we move it. And on January, we have it set for January 4th. As long as I am alive, as long as I am breathing, as long as I am still running these programs, which is for sure for the next few years, you get access to that and we don't charge for it. Meaning you can just keep showing up. And if you do get off track or you need to restart, or better yet, if you run through the U and you build a one-on-one program and you get a few clients, but you choose to now build a group coaching program, you can start back through it. You're in the membership and you're in our monthly stuff, but there's no monthly fee for it. The only time we will kick someone out if they're being disrespectful, rowdy, putting other people down, or just being complete assholes, we will speak with you. But chances are you're not. You can restart and now build out your group coaching program because it's the same launch sequence to launch a group coaching program. It's just a little bit different. You can go through that, get to the end. And if you choose to do something else, you can keep going through it. You can go through the advanced training, which is more about scale. Full transparency, we do have one program beyond that. That's called the Coaches Circle. We meet with coaches once a week for 2 hours in a heavy, we call it the office hour. And then we have WhatsApp. So every single day we're connected with coaches on WhatsApp. We keep that group very small, like 5, 6, tops of 7 people. But we do not accept, like if someone just wants to join the circle, but they're not creating any income, they're not working with clients. I'm just like, go through the U a few times, go through it once or twice. Get a few clients, start working with people, start building your business, start moving forward. And then if you feel like you're ready to upgrade, you can upgrade. The way we run those is if you ever choose to join us in our one-on-one or anything that we do higher on, we give you a full refund of the Coaches U and we move you into our higher end program. So it's not necessarily an upsell. It's if you choose to do this, we're not going to charge you an extra. Here's a full refund or a full credit. We take the credit from the Coaches U and we move it into our one-on-one or our inner circle, whatever it is you choose to do. That's the way our business model is set up. And I like it because it's just exciting. And we've recently made it like a triple rule because we'd always bend and be lenient, but it just never worked as well as when someone built a foundation through going through the Coaches University first and then got an invite into the inner circle. Cool? So that's that. If you want info on that or if you want to hear about what we're doing with the Q4, if you want to just check it out, just let me or Sarah know, or just say, hey, I'd like info on it, or just say the Coaches U, or put a little fire emblem or put something and we'll let you know about that. And I'd also like to get you into the Q4 meetup. So that's on the 1st at I think 4 o'clock or something. Anyways, it's our quarterly launch. We're really pushing October, November, December, hardcore. Like all in October, November, December. To me, 2020 is not over. I think it's just starting. There's massive opportunity. We're going to push through that, build, double down on value, create the leads, create the sales, and build relationships so that in the start of 2021, we're ready to launch, like really launch, like have an audience that really knows us and has a relationship built. So if you're interested in that, make sure you let us know. And is there any questions that I can answer over anything we covered today? Like at all? I'll hang out for a few more minutes. Sarah, I know it's like 10 o'clock over there. But if there's anyone has any questions about anything, whether it was this big shift, anything specific we talked about, we covered a lot. Things got a little crazy today. Doubling down on value. Remember, your clients, there are many people who have money. There are many who may not. But it's your consistency to double down on the value right now that you will be reaping the rewards sooner rather than later. You will be reaping the rewards, but you have to stay consistent with it. We covered that. We covered this fun growth curve. Any questions on any of this, let me know. We covered rules versus framework if you're just coming in. And we covered moving forward, leadership, creativity, double down on it, a value-centric coaching business model, a macro-micro, as in not complicating the systems, and I actually didn't talk about this, but I will. We'll hang out for a few more minutes. And again, any questions, right now is your opportunity. I don't care what question you have about what. We can dive into it quick. Massive opportunity for cleaning up right now, like 80-20. What are we doing that's not effective? Who is in our world that's not effective? Do we have any people in our life that's not effective, that's not helping us, that's not serving us? Is there anything we need to let go of to make room for the new? Is there anything we're doing over and over and over that we can double down on? It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of what we're doing is getting 80% of the result. What can we double down on? So make sure you're thinking about that and moving forward with that. Okay, cool. No questions. Either it was a very good live and we answered a bunch of questions, or everyone was yawning and bored and it was no one has questions. Either way, it's one of the two. And I'm good with either way. Truly hope this served you. Truly hope this helped. Denise, excited about your mic, and I'm excited to see what you create with it. That's the one ask I have of you, Denise, is create something with it. Create something with it. You have an opportunity. Create something with it. You don't have to know the details. You don't have to know how it's going to turn out. Just create. It's kind of like when a painter just, let's go, splashes paint on the wall and just figures it out. That's what you get to do. So it's going to be really fun to watch you. And we'll help you launch you. If we could drive traffic your way and give you a bit of a boost, let me know. That's the other thing we added on the Coaches University. You do have to finish the Coaches U. That's one thing we added just a few weeks ago. We're going to start featuring coaches on the podcast so we can help with the launches. We've had huge names on the podcast, so the one thing we're planning on doing is you must finish it to completion, not half, not 70%. You must finish it to completion, but when you do, we invite you onto the podcast, and it's a bit of a launch platform. We've really climbed, we get awesome traffic through the podcast. You can... There's this beautiful thing of when you are featured on something, especially when there's other big names like Robert Greene, Grant Cardone's, like other brilliant marketers as well. It's like, yo, I was just on this podcast with, and everyone else who was on there. We're hoping, or what I'm hoping for, is it's like a launch pad, kind of like we want to do with Denise. Denise will help you out when you're ready for it. Happy to do it on one of these lives. But it's like a launch pad where you get to launch that, not just to a new audience, because that's one of the perks, but the other one is it's hype. It shows that you're busy, shows that you're wanted. And so that's the other thing we added. I forgot to add that. But that's the one thing we added. All the information is on the website, lucasrubix.com. With that said, I could keep going. I only get to do this every 2 weeks, so I get really jacked up and excited for it. Truly hope this served. Truly hope this helped. Reach out if we can serve you in any way at all. And with that said, it was worth staying up till 3 a.m. Jan, I'm happy it was, and I'm happy it served. It was a great live. You gave a lot to think about. Awesome. Good. Appreciate y'all. Get to sleep, Jan. It's 3 a.m. Get some sleep. Go to bed. Awesome. Appreciate you, Ted. We'll talk soon. Appreciate you guys.